So, do you guys know what you call a person who tells dad jokes that's not a dad? It's a faux pas. All right, no more French jokes.
What's up, guys? Mardi Gras Man 23 here, and it is time for episode 97. 97. How many of you were born in 97?
Oh.
Oh my. Remember when I used to think people that were 27 years old were old?
Yeah. So it's time for the AFoOL podcast, and we are in Joey's basement. That is Joey in the top corner. Right there. This is BrickTrains. And that is Jabo. Everybody knows Jabo, the original Tipper Truck TV.
I guess we got a whole Tipper Truck network going on now.
Tiny Tipper Truck TV. Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm working on it and hope before this episode post that I can have teeny tiny Tipper Truck TV.
Oh wow, that'll be awesome.
Is it just one piece?
I tried to do one that was like two pieces. It was I used the red roller skates and a blue wedge cheese slope that didn't look right.
No. Oh,
maybe if I could do a red roller or a roller skate, a 1x2 plate, and a clear cheese slope and a blue cheese slope, something like that. Or if there's another blue piece that
take the roller skate, a 1x3 red, clear slope, and a blue, maybe two blue ones in the. I don't know. Yeah. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. You'll get something.
It's funny that the tiny Tipper Truck has twice as many pieces as the
Tipper Truck. Yeah, he's making a lot of rounds too. That's like, wow, his videos are better than mine.
Jason likes to travel. Him and Tanya do a lot of traveling. So
he narrated his videos good.
Yeah. Oh, he does a good job. Yeah, does an excellent job. Well, so I'm going to bring up a item that we have talked about before for our vault item, but I kind of noticed something here. So here's my vault item, which is a my own train motor, sealed in box. Just, nothing big about it. It kind of looked like this. If you don't know what a 9-volt motor is, this is what is this? This is the battery version of the 9-volt motor. I didn't have.
That's one I just got in the mail.
You did, yeah. You just did a video, and I was like, I got one of those sitting there. So, but I noticed that, we talk about rare versus valuable, but have you noticed how much my own train is available? It's easily had on eBay and Bricklink. I mean, pretty much anything you want sealed is still available.
Yeah.
It probably has a lot to do with how much of it was available on clearance.
Right. Was it?
How much did they make of it? Because
there's the other thing. Yeah. Did it? Because was it that bad that they had so much stock left over?
I think so. This would have been early mid 90s, right? 93, 94.
No, it's later than that.
Yeah, I guess when it went on clearance, it'd been like 97, huh?
I'm thinking my own train.
Was it?
Is I think it's even later than what you think.
10153 is the motor, so that'll get us to one of them.
I think it's 2000s.
August of 2002.
Wow, I thought it was
when it started.
Well, that's when this motor. That motor would have been.
2001, I think, is when it started.
Okay. Yeah, 2001. Yeah.
I thought it would have been older than that.
Yeah. So.
But then again, when you're our age, everything seems like it was.
Well, yeah. Time's getting away from me. It's crazy. I know Kevin Hinkle talked about when he worked at the store in Colorado that they had lots of it on clearance. I know
Yeah.
we've seen it before, when it was on, long time ago, but
I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it at the Lego store.
right.
They had that's where I got the, we had a outlet mall, a Lego outlet that I never went to.
Right.
It's probably one of my biggest mistakes ever, but it's so far away. That's why I never went to it. But the Lego store had that's where I got the color parts packs for the locomotives. Like the blue.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, those parts packs. They were like $1 or something. They were super cheap. And the kits you could buy at Lego.com for like $4.50 or less, like the individual car kits.
Right.
And at Target, I probably bought like 5 of my own train sets,
Right.
for like $30, $35, something like that.
Right.
They were dirt cheap. And I don't know if it was because there was so much of it. That's why it didn't, and they abruptly ended it. And because
Right.
they were, I think the end of it was them switching to 9-volt, which really didn't matter for 90% of what's my own train. They could have still done stuff like that because the voltage didn't matter.
Right.
But go ahead.
I wonder if it underperformed because of the mass production, not because, I mean, they may have sold, their numbers might have been really good, but because they printed or made so many copies of every one of those sets, it didn't look like they were selling off shelves.
It's like commons and baseball cards.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like there was so much of it that I was disinterested in it. Yes.
yeah, it was
Right.
like junk wax. It's when you were buying it, you didn't realize how much of it was out there until because we didn't have a Target back then. There was one in Metairie, and I can remember going into that store, and after Christmas, there was a whole aisle of Lego trains,
Right.
the Blue Ice train
Right.
and the Mile train cars, and the whole aisle, and it was on clearance. But I had no idea that I would be into it to buy that at clearance.
But okay, so if you go into a Target back then, you could get the cars, and then I assume you could have got some of the bigger sets because they were
they sold the
prepackaged.
bigger sets.
But did they ever sell locomotives like at Target?
No, those are
No.
hand packed.
Exactly.
No,
So if as a mom or dad going in to get a train for little Timmy, what am I going to get? I can't pick up the cool cars because there's no locomotive, right?
Yeah.
Then the track is separate, so you're forced to buy the big set, which was it's pretty expensive, especially considering you're competing against Lionel or Tyco HO, or Lionel O gauge or Tyco. I don't think they set themselves up for success with this because they didn't have a simple, easy.
I like that they had individual cars.
Yes, absolutely.
But they threw out the same things for like 4 or 5 years in a row. They didn't make anything new. They didn't there was nothing new. And then when they did the multi-pack, I think the multi-packs were like, oh no, we got all this stock. Let's cram it all into a set. Because the train they did, there was nothing unique. The only thing unique in it was the platform.
Right.
It's like, and why do you put a passenger car with the freight train? I mean, I know you can do that, and it's okay, but it's like you were just trying to get rid. The only thing original they ever did was they made the blue. They made the blue passenger
car, yeah. And the sets, like you said, the sets came out later. The Express and Express Deluxe, those came out in 2002, where the rest of it looked like it came out in 2001. So, yeah, it may have been just trying to get rid of stuff. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. It's one of the things that a lot of us collect, and I don't know about you, Earl, but I'm pretty sure me and Jab will have pretty much everything except for maybe the bigger set. I'm missing both of the big ones. I think you're still looking for one, right?
Well, yeah, I need to have the blue passenger as a set. That I never can remember. It's 4534 or 4530. It's
34.
Yeah. It's the smaller one, but it's the more expensive one.
Yeah, well, and there ain't none of them for sale right now at all.
Yeah.
Nobody has those, but you can
Yeah.
buy all the cars,
Yeah.
all of it on eBay if you want. Well,
You're basically just buying it for the box.
you are absolutely, yeah. And the boxes that the locomotives came in, and they hand wrote on the outside if it was the small, what color. I probably got 5 of those boxes. So a couple of them I've actually got complete. I got one that's got a complete little train, and one that's got the complete big train, I think, with the tender in that one. I tried to match up what somebody had already wrote on the outside of the box, but yeah, it's available.
Yeah.
Is it valuable? Because the other thing is, if you look at the sales on some of this stuff, it doesn't look like it's selling, like tons of it selling. Like I don't remember what I looked up. I looked one of the cars up. It looked like in the last 6 months, there had only been a couple cars that had sold, and they'd sold for like $60 or something, which
I think the 2 biggest sellers are the green passenger car and the blue.
okay.
If as far as like people want them, but
both of those have rare parts in them too.
Yeah, but the locomotives, I don't like. This might not. I may say something that's going to be incorrect, which I do all the time. I would not be surprised if there is a variation of the kits that nobody ever built, because there's so many variations. Like, did somebody build the small gray locomotive?
Right. Well, are you saying, did somebody ever buy it?
Yeah, somebody might have bought it, the kit, but that's like,
right.
I have built every one of the large ones now. There's 5. There's 5 of the large ones, but
Blue,
there's also
green, black, brown, and gray, dark gray.
Then there's the tank engine versions.
Right.
Oh man, there's so many.
So there's 5. If you count the small ones, so that's 5. If you count the big one, that's 10. And then do you count each one as with and without a tender? That would take it all.
Well, no, there's the tank engine version, so that's 15.
Well, yeah, but they show the right, yeah.
No, it's different. It's different.
I get it. They show the big one and the little one with and without a tender.
Okay, so that would be 25. But you can't have like the little one. The little one. They're 2 different locomotives.
Yeah. 2 little. Yeah.
So the 2 big. There's 2 different big ones, and then the little one.
No, you're absolutely correct. Yeah.
Yeah, there are 2. There's 4 different.
Yeah.
I mean, let me check. Let me count
2.
them again.
Yeah, you're right. No, there's 2 because the small tank engine, but the one that the small engine with the tender. So yeah, that would 10, 20. It was like 40 different versions. Yes, you're right. I was wrong. Yeah, there's a version. The small and large both had 2 versions, so that's 4 times the 5 times number of
20.
colors.
There's 20 different versions.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you're right. Somebody's probably not built. I don't know. Battery Powered Bricks has come close. He's got a lot of them built,
and they're all locomotive 317. That's the other thing I didn't like. I didn't like it then, and I still kind of get sore about it. Why do you give every locomotive the same number?
Yeah,
probably because of that sticker sheet.
Well, in 3-1, you couldn't. That isn't a locomotive without one of the color brick packs, right? That was just the black basic bricks that you needed. That came.
You can buy the whole kit.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. The box was. Yeah. I know what you're saying now. I'd have to run in there and grab one, and I'm not going to jump up.
I forgot what I was saying.
Well, that all the locomotives were the same, but then you got the option of buying the colors but I think, didn't they mark those as like KT something?
Yeah, that's what they are. They're the KTs. You couldn't buy at first. You couldn't buy the separate half of a locomotive with basic bricks.
Right.
That was later that all that was available. But what they did, they Somebody ordered a large black locomotive with tender, so the person had to put all those things in
In
there.
the box, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that it. Even now, it's a
It'd be
confusing.
interesting to find somebody who used to do that.
Somebody worked in the
Somebody who worked there, and they had to pick those orders and
yeah.
put those things together.
I wonder if they were doing that I say locally. I wonder if they were doing that in the United States, or
Is it the same people that pack the orders? Like, it's
have
not
been.
really a. It's like picking your Romeoville warehouse. Right. They just there's boxes and they just put them in there. Boop, boop, boop.
Right.
I just got a text from Jason. He said, "How's the podcast going?" He was joking with Tanya, saying he should crash the party.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. He probably could. Tell him if he can figure it out, because he has. I think he still has access to it. Whoever the last one was. Well, they used it for their bricking news.
Oh.
At any rate, yeah, I was, I have my usual eBay haul or eBay searches, and vintage train.
So you mentioned on here that there's so many available, but they're selling for high prices. So,
well, they're asking high prices. I don't know that they're selling. You know what I mean? There's a ton of them. Who's that?
That's my father-in-law's calling me.
Oh, okay. It's like I turned mine down, so I didn't know if Jason was.
No, that was an accident. Hopefully he calls my wife.
Great.
We're getting off the rails here.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a breaking news episode if we didn't.
No, we got to bring back the demand for it, because there was that brief window a few months ago, or it might have been longer now, where it seemed like everybody coincidentally was working on their collections, and now I've forgot about it again. Yeah. I guess I forget. I remember my own train, and then I remember it 20 years later. So in 2044, I'll be thinking about it again.
Yeah. Well, maybe it might be harder to get then. I don't know. I think we all just kind of remind ourselves that somebody starts it and hey, look what I got. I got a haul, and then it's like, oh, what am I missing? What do I need to get?
Yeah.
If you don't want to start down that trying to get all those 20-something combinations.
Yeah, it's like you never post a video talking about something you're trying to get until you got it.
You do, right? Yeah. So I posted my comment to the Bricking News, and I said I took notes. I literally did. I had notes.
Oh my goodness! So
I got to the end of it, I was like, I don't know what half these notes mean. Other than apparently I'm scared of Lego, so.
Yeah, they I like how they included you. They got you there with your clip.
Yeah. Don't
about
me.
And what's funny? There were so many good things I wanted to comment about, because I was listening to it while I was driving. Right. The thing that made me pull over and stop is dumb. Is like when they started talking about Alex talked about the new checkbox you have. Like, is this presenting something in a way it's not meant? It's basically for AI,
right?
Is what that's for. But it's like when you read it, it's like, all right, we're pretending to be breaking news. They're pretending to be the AFoOL podcast or something, or they taking their words out of context. Like your words there in the example. But I'm like, my comment was, it's only funny because that's not the right context.
Right. Yeah. Why did YouTube bury those though? Or at least they are on mine. I have to hit that read more or open more.
Yeah, it's like an optional thing to check too. Like,
you don't have to check it. Yeah,
you don't have to check it. Yeah.
Now they say though, if you are doing something, whatever AI, whatever, that maybe you don't check it.
Well, maybe Lego will get their account taken down finally.
Yeah,
they've been posting AI content all over the place.
Yeah.
Making everybody mad for I don't know why.
Speaking of making mad, what is this? BrickTsar has these pictures. I thought it was a joke, it actually posted, I guess, on April 2nd. But have you seen these alien? Don't tell me it's actually gone now. Maybe I
Maybe
did.
it was a joke.
Maybe it was a joke. Well, hang on. I still have the link, I think. Let me go. The new space sets that they were. Oh, it's still showing it there. Hang on. I'll get it to where I can show it to you because I just opened up BrickTsar without being logged in on.
You're not talking about the
It's too bad we can't.
minifigures.
Not the minifigures. It's little. It's like little alien. Hang on, here I'll show it now. I got it pulled up. Screen share. It's really quite horrible looking, and it's for their new space stuff. I thought it was a joke. This animal planet habitat, and then the alien pack.
Is that just like
Was this posted on April 1st or April?
No, it was on the 2nd, and I threw it off as an April 1st thing.
Well,
I wonder if it's just like a little creator pack, and they're
but even the box looks weird. Somebody tell me this is a joke, and BrickTsar actually got sucked into it too, because the BrickTsar has the big Lego joke thing, and they got it marked that way. But this is not. I mean, you can go to these things. Let me go to them, make sure it's not a joke. Because I mean, yeah, they got prices and UPCs and everything. This is. I mean, does that even look good for space? Anyway, I don't know.
Space is dead in 2024.
yeah, that's
like there's only been the only thing that's been good that they've made was a gift with purchase.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that they're trying a new space line, and the sets aren't horrible.
I think putting the word space on a box, that's what they're doing.
I mean, they tried it with what was it, Galaxy Squad? And it wasn't horrible. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think we're going to see classic space again. And
what did a classic space box look? Wait a minute. Geology Joe sent me a picture when he's. Let me look at this. I forgot what was on the box of a classic space set.
It's just
It says Legoland Space System.
Okay.
Okay. So this whole thing having that word space. It's like it's not space. It's just a
right.
Box of, it's not even a good. It's not a good set in any sense of a good set. Those are some of the worst sets I have ever seen that you just showed us.
Because I actually have one of the new space lines, and honestly, I haven't picked them all up. It's just if I accidentally run across them, I haven't ordered them. Well, that one actually may have ordered just to get to gift with purchase price or something. At any rate, they're not horrible, especially if you consider who they're for.
Right.
They're not for me.
Like the vehicles and stuff that they made, I can understand them.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just like a new line of little astronaut spacemen. They're not bad.
Yep. They're not terrible. Now, I was getting ready to say, Dakota doesn't want anything to do with them, but he's into airplanes right now. So
if you have to think from people who it's designed for aren't people like us who know classic space.
Right.
It's a new line for someone like Dakota who Dakota's just in airplanes, but let's say he was into Lego and it would be his
had to wear seatbelts when they were
it would be his
seats and
it would be his deal, right?
It would be, and there's a lot of things, right? He built a city. He built some kind of city set today. It was a Ranger truck, and the guy was in a tree or something. I don't know, but yeah, we're going to be happy with. I'm going to be happy like the gift with purchase. That was the Galaxy Explorer. I mean, one a year or something. Just to bring back my nostalgia. I don't need a whole line. I'm not mad about the space.
Well, no, this
I'm
is
mad
what
about those two though. Those are horrible looking.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They're hoping. What they're hoping is people that collect space are going to be like, "Oh, I'm buying this because it's a space set." It's not
Right.
going to happen.
Yeah.
No. Well, it's like trying to get the train guys to buy Lego back in 2001, and it just you weren't going to cross those two lines.
No.
Or they didn't do it. They made it too hard. This is not going to cut. We're not going to collect it. There'll be some people that'll collect it just because it says space on it, but I'm not going to collect it because it has no nostalgia for me.
Speaking of trains, are we to the 4 or 5 year mark yet when it's time for our new cargo and passenger train?
No,
I don't think so.
no, we still got a couple more years to go.
Is it next year though? Or not? Is it still a couple years out?
Yeah, but I'm looking. What was the new cargo train called?
Cargo train.
Cargo train.
Was that a trick question?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
You know.
There's only been 11 sets called cargo train.
A few of those were Duplo, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, I just lost my whole strain of thought here.
Sorry about that. Well,
No,
let me bring something up from the list that's worth nothing.
I know what I was going to say earlier. But
Okay.
about the space sets. I predict those will be like worse than Friends in that they'll be worth less than the retail price, like many years from now. I don't see anything. And I only saw those for the brief moments you had them on the screen. These are not going to be sets that hold value.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
No, those two aren't. No.
Well, the only way they will is if something happens and people decide they want to collect the whole line of minifigs.
Right. Yeah.
But there's no
That's
minifigures in them.
No,
no,
it's
not
got
the ones Joey just showed. I'm talking about the.
Oh, you're talking
other-
about no, I'm talking about what Joey showed before.
Oh yeah.
No, the minifigures, those are
going to be
decent enough.
I think there'll be people army building with those. I think eventually you will probably see a new, you got the guys that bring the classic space displays to the shows. I think at some point there will probably be one of those. Somebody's going to do a new space display. It'll I think they get more of those modules that, there's a new one that kind of, I think they'll.
We have said space so many times. I bet Alex
is
he's like bouncing off the walls. So you did one of your videos the other day, and I put this question down because at one time you were trying to get you're trying to get your brick set list way up there, and then you kind of quit. But now that you're going through the organization a little bit, have you tried to get back to that, or is it?
No, I haven't. I haven't taken out stuff that I've sold or parted out.
Okay.
And I haven't added a lot of things that I have bought. So the list is now. This is my second brick set list. Now it's inaccurate. So it's so hard to keep up with a fluid collection.
It is, yeah. I've bought a couple. We've got a couple of the different botanical sets because I thought I'd marked it that we had it and we didn't, or did, and I bought another one. And I've got 2 pirate parrots now because I've had that thought I'm going to build the pirate like Jason did.
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. Jason did a video. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. You just made Lego sell 2 extra parrots.
Yeah. Maybe we should burst. Maybe they should put Jason in the land. He's getting us my stuff.
Well, he's in the fan. He can't be in both.
He's the pan, and
the pan. That's what it is.
Yeah,
yeah. It's spelled with a P.
P.
Yeah. So, I mean, that what were we talking about? I am so.
Brick set.
The brick set.
Keep it updated.
Yeah, so I use it more to like for certain things. I'm like, wait a minute, do I have that? So like when I'm trying to complete my Fabuland collection, and my Legoland collection is pretty accurate.
Okay.
But
Yep.
modern sets,
Yeah.
the Chima is totally wrong.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure it's still showing out on a lot of Chima sets.
Yeah.
And those have sold surprisingly well. The parts from Chima sets has really surprised me, as has Bionicle. I have almost like, how many people other than Bionicle fans are like looking through Bionicle lots on?
Well,
I'm only get Bionicle when it's included in a lot
right.
of stuff I'm buying for something else.
Right.
But it surprises me how well some of this stuff sells.
I wonder, I mean, are they building Bionicle sets, or are they using it for mocks and using it in
I've seen people use it for mocks. I've seen people just like they have tables and tables of either Hero Factory or Bionicle, and I consider those basically the same thing. I know people might disagree with me that looks the same to me.
Constructables, yeah. Constructables, is that what they called them or something? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just gonna change the subject completely.
Let's do it.
do you I feel bad for so Fick and Brick got his factory minifig declined. So if you do it online, apparently somebody is looking at it, because I've got 2 AFoOL ones, and
was his done the same way? It just
he did his online.
Yeah, but he put land in it.
He did put Fick and Bricks for land president, and he got denied it. Man, he is actually harder on the land than you are, Jabbo. Oh. That's hard to believe. He is actively always doing.
Well, I would probably be more like Fick and Brick is if I had more of a source of, like, when I was following so many people on Instagram, I remember it would be I'd be like, why are y'all all posting exactly the same picture?
Right.
It's like, and I was just, after a while, I'm like, okay, if all you're ever going to do is repost other people's content,
right,
I'm not interested in it. I want you, if you want to like post your opinion or something, but if you're just going to be reposting something that Lego's sending you, I don't want to see it. And so, like, that's how I fix my feed. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna. So I don't follow. I don't follow very many land members.
Right.
The ones I do follow pretty much do their own stuff. Yeah. Like, they don't just repost or share the media package as it is with nothing added to it.
Right. Well, and it's like we've all followed Alex since almost the beginning of his layout in his basement and stuff, and so we follow Alex for other reasons than him becoming a land member. But they were talking about land fatigue a little bit on Breaking News, and I posted, my comment was that it is real, just for the exact same reason you just said.
I'll give you an example. And I was looking to figure out how to build a teeny tiny tipper truck.
Right.
So I looked up micro builds. One of the people that has a tutorial on how to build micro things is Tiago.
Right.
It's like he made these awesome videos, and then he got in the land, and then his channel is just like, I don't have any interest, because he's not doing. He's not. Well, I shouldn't say, because I haven't watched the videos in a while. But once it just became set reviews.
Right.
It's like I kind of lost interest in it.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, do the stuff, do this good stuff. That's probably what people say about me.
Well,
do good stuff. Don't do the same crap you've been doing all along.
I think the thing is there's it's obvious, and I get why they do it. Lego uses the land members as their advertising, right? Mm-hmm. And it's good for Lego because they get the information out there. Not everybody watches every land member, but I don't know how. I guess it's good for some of the land members. We were talking about Brixie last time, and he's a land member, and he's got a warehouse building that he's doing, and he doesn't have a story, doesn't have any other thing other than the social media stuff that he does. I guess though he does do, what's the auction that you like, Earl?
Whatnot.
Oh,
Whatnot.
God.
Yeah, I guess he does whatnot.
I'm kind of off that.
Well, I think that's probably good for your bank account then.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, that's that's a big thing for him. I think having that be in the land to get a lot of that information. But he's got the views. A lot of the land members have got the views. It must be there. People
but
must want to watch it other than us.
I don't know. I think they have the view because, like Alex says, they have the views because of who they are or who they were.
No, that has nothing
Because
to
if
do
you
with
look,
it.
you look at Alex. He says all the time his box opening gets more views than his reviews,
Right.
and which is I think he should do box openings all the time, and then when he does a review, just hold the box up and say, "I'm going to get to build this eventually."
Right.
But until I do, here you go.
So I'm doing this stupid challenge this year, like of doing one video a day.
Right.
And one day I was not feeling very well. I went into the dining room and I put 2 boxes on the table and I said, I'm going to do an unboxing of things that I'll never build. That's my most successful video for the last month. And I'm like, it was the lowest effort video I have done all month long.
Yeah.
And there was the low excitement level too.
Yeah.
Well, what was your title? What was your
opening?
Something about sets I'll never build.
Yeah, opening sets I'll never build. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I bought more sets I'll never build. So it had sets I'll never build in the title.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Say,
buying Lego sets I'll never build. That's the title of it.
Well,
it's the only video with over 2,000 views since. Oh my goodness! You got to go back to. Hold on, I'm still scrolling back. I'm scrolling. The last video before that was What's in the Box with a Pablo a month ago. So in over a month. So literally, I should just go in there, go grab some stuff in the basement, put it in a box, and say, I'm going to open these boxes of stuff I'm never going to build.
You know what you should do? One day you should get a box out of the basement and call it, "Here's a fake haul for all you haters," and just show everybody what's in that box.
No, so I did think about doing it where I have the box, and it looks like it's a sealed box that we just got, and open it and just keep pull a set out and then pull another set out and just keep it going and just act like I'm not surprised and just till the whole table's filled up. You never acknowledged that it was just the one box.
One box.
And just play it off and then see what kind of comments I get.
Well, I think that goes back to the clickbaity stuff.
Yeah, I still can't believe people thought you were doing fake hauls.
It's the most incredible thing, because it's like, how would I?
You still have to have it.
I still have to have it. Yeah, I'm like so.
Oh man. Yeah.
And yeah, it's. Of all the things to be accused of,
fake calls.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were just showing pictures, hey, look at my haul, and pictures from the website, from Lego's website.
It's all in the same location, pretty
Stuff,
much.
so.
It's like I'm not going over to somebody else's house and showing their collections. Oh, look what I've just bought.
Yeah,
all this collection.
You just come on over. You can show all my stuff. Look at this.
So I just thought of something in all of this. Because it made me think of the old 2x4 brick video. I want to do a remake of it. I had an idea, and it's related to this topic that I'm about to say. Okay. You ever seen 2x4 bricks for sale from Lego? Like at the Lego house, they got the little machine.
Right, the little bag. Yeah.
They put 6 of them, and now they got the 6 that's in the paper bag.
Right.
And then when it was like the 50th anniversary, there was a book that came with 6. They always do the thing with the 6 bricks.
Right, because that's that math problem or something, right?
It said What is it? Six.
Like 900.
Geometry problem or something. Yeah.
Looks like some 915 million different combinations or something.
right.
I don't know some ridiculous number of combinations, just of 6 same color 2x4 bricks. And so they've repackaged it. And so I got a haul that's down in the basement. I haven't opened it yet, but by the time this post, I will have opened it. It's like 6 red 2x4 bricks repackaged another way. So it's like these music artists that take their album and they put the album with a different, they make it a vinyl, and then they make it a vinyl with a different color vinyl or a different cover. Like there's the whole Taylor Swift thing where she's got 4, you have to buy 4 of the same record so you can put them together and make like a mosaic with it.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Right.
And that's what Legos become with the 2x4 red brick. It's like, how many different ways can you repackage the same way and get idiots like me to buy it?
Like the old comic books with 12 different covers.
Yeah. Right. I think I just gave Jason a soundbite.
Uh-oh. That's all right. I got to go back and find This Is Why We Don't Like Earl. In the Bricky News.
Yeah, that's
yeah. I gotta go find that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, out of context, do people ever watch their channel that haven't actually watched us and they're like, who's this Earl?
Yeah.
Jabbo they're talking about.
Why is it Earl's?
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is Jason said he went on to another guy's podcast.
Shy, yeah.
Yeah, and they said that they're all trying to figure out what to aspire to be like us.
They call us the gold standard. It was Shy. He said we were the gold standard.
And this guy, Shy's rolling in with this luggage, 3 different camera angles, high tech monitor, high tech mics. Have
you watched any of his podcasts?
No.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt that he
puts
in a lot of effort. Oh yeah, lots of production. Yeah, I mean, literally, when this thing downloads, I'm gonna throw a thing at the front and a thing at the end, and maybe trim it up.
I still think
5 minutes, it's gonna be done.
The key for a successful podcast, I'm doing air quotes, Joe. You're not looking.
Sorry.
Air quotes. Podcast.
Sorry.
Is don't be building anything.
Right.
I'm not building. I'm just fidgeting.
No, I said don't. No.
I get it. Yeah.
Don't build anything, and probably don't do it live because it can be distracting. But I don't think that. Yeah.
I think one of the things for us is we have an Instagram chat that's always open, that we're always things just end up in there. It don't matter, it's raining out today or whatever, and we even have one with breaking news. The 5 of us are in that. Well, we don't sit down and talk or do other live streams together or do anything. This is basically every 2 weeks we have about 2 hours that we sit here and talk, and then we just air it all out. Pretty much, we have some notes, and we're going to skip probably half of these this time. But I think it's just us being honest about what's happening, and I think that's
apparently this is the best thing to listen to while you're sorting Legos.
Well, so what happens if we just start counting? Does that mess somebody up? 1, 2, 3,
12, 14,
54,
15.
37.
Okay. Just random thought, just squirrel moment here. Some people use a counting scale. Yes. I'm not a high enough production. I've tried to use. It actually takes me longer to use a counting scale because I don't trust it.
I was going to say the same thing. You just don't trust it.
No matter how many, I'll end up weighing it like several times. I'm like, I could have already counted these pieces. So how do you count? Like if it's over 25 pieces.
I count by either 3s or 5s.
Okay.
2s.
I've done the 2s a lot, and sometimes when I'm doing the 2s, I'm like, I should be doing 5.
Yeah.
Well,
3s are harder to count, I think.
Odds.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Right.
two's easy, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I go
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8,
5s,
10,
yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then I'm like, wait a minute, I can just do 5, 10.
Yep.
Yeah. The thing
And so
that gets
5 you
me-
can count. 5 is the number that you can count without counting.
So the thing that gets me is when I have a large amount, like let's say I have 80 and I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20. And once I get to about 40 or 50, I'm like, was that 55?
Yeah.
Is that 60 or is that 50?
Yeah.
I'll start losing track sometimes.
So sometimes we'll set them. We'll use the cups and set them. You get
Yep.
up to like 50 or 100, and just then I'm like, wait a minute, do I have 50 or 100? Yeah.
Now,
So
in
Very
that,
seldom do I get over 50 or 60s.
well, I will do that if it's small parts or just depending on what it is. But if it's like 50 parts, then I'll put like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then put another cup 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then that way it's because you can kind of look in there and still see 10, and
Yeah, I
and
don't do that.
dump them together. But I mean, it doesn't take me any more time. Just because as soon as I'm done with that 50, I'm just dumping them all in the one glass real quick and then start to the next part. But most of my orders are, I need 5 parts. I got some guy ordered one of about 37 parts. One.
Yeah, I've got one of those. I'm waiting for somebody to pay, and it's like he's got over 100 parts, and I think the most is like 4 or 5.
4 or
it's
5.
all one of this, 2 of that, 1 of this, 3 of that.
So I think that's the order that Josh JB used to be JB Brick Fanatic, one that designed the BTS set.
Right. Okay.
He placed the order in my store. It was one of his first orders, and he wanted to. I think he wanted to try. He did the thing where he tried to get where I only had one of the item, so like he was buying all of it. So it was like 160 lots of one item, but it cleared out the drawer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was him. He's like, so it was an easy order to pick. All I had to do was go pull. I just went and pulled the drawers out.
Right.
I didn't have to scoop the one piece out. I just pulled the drawers out, make sure I had all the drawers, and then,
I had an order the other day. It was a pretty good little order. It was 30, 40 different parts, and they had ordered several parts. They couple days after ship, they sent a note, and I thought it was kind of rude, but it just said, got my order, missing one of these and 2 of these. Thanks a lot. I thought, oh, great. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Sounds sarcastic.
Right. And
you read it.
No, that's exactly the last line was thanks a lot. And that was it. No thanks a lot, Bill. No thank. It was just thanks a lot. They didn't ask. They didn't say, can I get a refund? Can I get my parts? Can I what? Nothing. So I just replied. I said, I'll send the parts. And because I'd already checked. I had the parts. It was 3 parts, but I had them. And I sent them a new tracking number, put them in a thing and sent them. And the worst thing is both parts that they got were drawers where it said I had like 50 or 60 in a drawer, but I have hundreds in that drawer.
Oh,
so I couldn't recount the drawer to see if I had made the mistake
or
if they got lost or if I dropped them or whatever. But whatever. But 3 parts I sent them. It cost me more in shipping and anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sending them the parts is no big deal. It's just eating that $4 shipping. You're like, ugh.
Yep.
Don't
dare put them in an envelope either. It won't go through the sorter.
Yeah, it won't go. No.
Well, you can somehow or another you can send it. I think you have to actually go to the post office, but you can mark it non-machinable.
Non-machinable, yeah.
And you can send it in an envelope with it's cheap, a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Like it's like mailing a letter, basically based on its weight. You just put non-machinable, and the problem is there's no tracking, and it could take 3 days or it could take 3 weeks, and so.
I supposedly that's how Netflix got started. Somebody just sent a CD. When they were whatever, they went to the post office, put a CD in an envelope, sent it through the machine or sent it through. It just worked, and they're like, "Huh, wonder if we can do this." And then it was like the post office, like, "Wait, what are you doing? You can't just send that through the mail with a stamp." What's wrong with you people? Because it worked once doesn't mean it's going to work millions of times.
Yeah.
So, do you have a? So, I my calendar. Apparently my brain just stopped. My calendar says you have an anniversary coming up, Jabo. 18th.
Oh, that's the anniversary of the first video I ever posted.
Okay. All right.
Is that
Well,
what? Where'd you get that from?
Well, it would have had to have come from you,
Oh,
but it's in my calendar. We probably talked about it on the podcast last year.
Yes, yeah, we probably talked about it. Joey would put it in the calendar.
Yep. Well, if you look at the AFoOL calendar, it clearly says Jabo's YouTube anniversary on the 18th.
Does anybody else put anything in the calendar?
Does either one of you see anything? Ever go look at it? No. I'm the only one that puts anything in it.
I didn't know we had a calendar too. I just thought the show notes.
I'll resend you the link if you would like. It just basically tells us where this thing is.
It's the anniversary of my original channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that the Jabo channel or whatever?
Yeah, it's called Jabo 37. It originally was J Olson 37. Okay. And I've been recently very disturbed and upset to find out that 37 is like the most common random number that people pick.
I saw that video and I thought, okay.
They made a whole video about 37. I'm like, what's this?
He had
I'm not special anymore. There's somebody weirder than me out there. He collects the number 37.
That was a strange. It's yeah. So I've been wanting to just ask my colleagues at work. Saltwater Wellfleet Spirit of 37. What is up with that?
It's everywhere. I should send that guy this shirt. He probably already got it.
Well, if we say it, or if I put it in the title, maybe he'll watch the video.
The spirit, the AFoOL podcast, episode 97, the spirit of 37.
Oh my gosh.
So is that the channel that was BrickTsar's basement at one time?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. It started. So when I started it, I created a YouTube account. It was J Olson 37. It was like, I didn't know. It's like his email. It's like J Olson 37 was the email, basically.
Right. Okay.
And then I was after Google approached me, I was like, oh, I need to come up with a name. Well, actually, yeah, I changed it. I saw everybody else had like productions in their name, so I changed it to like JAO Productions. I'm like, I would have been like M&R Productions. It's like JAO Productions. Because I should find the videos where people were calling me by whatever channel name I had at that time.
Yeah.
And then it became BrickTsar's Basement and Beyond. Then it became Jabo 37. But I think there's a couple other names I'm forgetting in there. I changed it. I probably changed it like 6 or 7 times. Yeah.
Well, it was something toys at one time.
Yeah, BrickTsar Toys. I said BrickTsar's Basement and Beyond is too long, so I changed it to BrickTsar Toys. Probably should have left it BrickTsar Toys.
Yeah, it opens up your range of what you could talk about.
So now there's people saying, they're like, I have no idea what this means. What's Jabo 37? What is that?
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Well, I just brought it up because when we're recording this, and then by the time before we record the next one, it'll be after, and then this one will come out still before. Time travel's hard. So,
yeah. Wait, when does this post?
This will post on the 12th, so it'll post right before your anniversary.
Okay.
But we won't record the next one until after. Yeah. So
I don't think I've done anything special for that channel.
Okay, yeah. So it's the anniversary. Yeah.
of that channel.
Right.
But it'll be the
You on
anniversary.
YouTube.
It's anniversary for everything, I guess, because
Yeah.
it's my first YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to get the geo tracks out.
Yeah.
And it's one of the oldest videos. Not that video, but one of the ones I did after it is one I still get comments to this day. You saved us. It worked. I did a video on how to fix your geo tracks.
Oh.
And it was a very bad video, but it was, yeah. I think I may have talked about it on here before, but it was one of those elaborate setups,
right,
to do something simple.
Yeah. Repair videos of obscure things.
Yeah.
Or,
Maybe that could be your anniversary video. You could update the repair video.
there you go.
Make it for the TikTok generation.
Yeah.
I could literally do that video in 5 seconds or less.
How long? What year was that?
Like 2010, 12.
You could say, "Hey, kids."
Well, the first video was 2008. Let me see when the repair video. Go ahead.
So you could say, what is that? That's almost 20 years, 18 years, 16 years. Say, so kids, 20 years ago, this is how you repaired and today, this is how you repaired it. It's the same.
That's exactly.
Just like that. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the video while we're talking.
Well,
the repair video was filmed 11 years ago.
11 years
5 minutes long. It's how to fix a locomotive that stopped working. And most of the 5 minutes is me telling what parts you need. One of the parts you need is Sanford and Son DVD collection.
Okay.
How do you fix? Okay, here. I'll brainstorm you. So the problem with those trains, their motors, they have motors in them, and the motors stop working.
Okay.
How do you fix a stopped motor? A motor that won't turn.
Well, you want a serious answer?
Did you ever have a car with a starter that wouldn't?
Yeah,
you bang on it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was gonna say I would imagine that the damage was caused by kids stopping them.
It's probably got it probably got like dirt and debris in it too.
Well,
it'd probably be better fixed, but
on the floor.
It would. They would stop moving and they wouldn't even make a sound or anything. You're just like, you click the thing, it's like nothing happens. You don't hear whining or anything. Like a Lego motor that's worn out,
right?
Or a model train motor that's worn out. You might hear it spinning, but it doesn't move. Those they didn't do anything.
They just jammed up, huh?
Yeah, and you just slam it on the ground and. And some guys, it didn't work. I said, we didn't hit it hard enough.
Do it again.
And then he did, and he's like, it did work.
Wow.
Sorry, it's not Lego related, but
that's all right.
One day your trains will stop running, your Lego trains.
So, Joey, I'm anxious to know. Anxious to know. What did you come up with these dimension pogs?
Oh, my goodness. Well, so these things, right?
The little platforms, yeah.
Yeah. This is the one with the 4 dots. So it's where was the camera at? It's not these, because they also have these where you put the minifig on them. But they do the same thing. They have an NFC chip in them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the NFC chip that is in them is Lego left them reprogrammable. So they didn't password it, didn't lock them or nothing. And there's enough memory in them because they just had a serial number attached for the game that just basically told you it was either her or ET or something, whatever, or Ghostbusters, like I want to show. Well, you go
erasable.
Yeah. So if you get an NFC to app on your phone, and I'm not plugging anybody's NFC.
It uses like on your phone that little thing, like you scan
the
little Chick-fil-A. Can I change the ones at Chick-fil-A?
You might be able to scan it with your phone. Get it. You got to get an app, right? So I got this one. It's just called NFC Tools, And
NFC?
if I put this behind it,
Yeah.
it read it, and then I can write whatever I want.
Password.
You saw a password?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you didn't. Well,
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
You did see password, but it's a password for that thing,
Yeah.
and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So there's enough room on here. You could do like an email address or a phone number or YouTube address or Instagram. But I played with that for a while, and I'd erased a bunch of. Then I realized that on Amazon, so these are the little tag that's inside there. These are Legos tags.
It's inside the
yeah. So I just popped it open. So for 50 cents a piece, these things for 50 cents a piece, you can get a big enough one that will do like a V card, like a business card. So I bought 30 of them. So $15. I switched, I don't know, half a dozen of them around to the bigger tag. So now when you scan like this one, why does it say that one's empty? If I scan this one, it has all my, it comes up and says, do you want to import that contact?
Oh, so you want to make it like something you carry around, and somebody can put their phone up to your thing.
Yeah, I could just pull that out of my pocket, put it up against their phone, and then they would have like my contact information. So the blue ones have like I did blue ones too. They have like my personal information. This just has BrickTrains. So it has P.O. Box, my email address, all the public stuff. But it's like, I don't know that I'll ever use it. It's just one of those things I figured out, and I was like, this is kind of cool. And if you notice, probably for the next week or so, there'll be very few videos because I've been playing with stupid crap like that.
Has anybody done a video on something like this before?
I don't know. Maybe I should.
You probably should. But before you do, you need to buy some so the price doesn't get inflated.
Oh, that's the crazy thing. These things are pennies.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
pennies.
It might be the time. Okay, I'm brainstorming. It may be nothing, but like buy them all now. You make a video, and then go. Brick Science goes to do a video, and all of a sudden it gets popular. Because if you make a video, somebody else is going to do it.
Well, we have to. So, what can we do with that? So,
okay. I was going to say, how can we make money off of this?
How can we use those? How can we use them effectively that somebody else would want to copy it?
Here's the thing that I don't know. Yeah.
So you're saying the memory of the one that is the official Lego one's really not enough, is what you're saying.
You can get, it's like 97 bytes or something. It's enough to get like an email address stuffed in there or a phone number, but it's not enough to get like a full name, address, the whole 9 yards. But the little tags, like I said, I bought 30 of them for $15 from Amazon. They just come on they literally come on a sticker reel, or you just peel them off and stick them in there, pull the other ones out. This one is kind of cool. I made this one up. It's got a little space thing. This is my Wi-Fi information, because I don't know how many times people come. In fact, Dakota got a new iPad, and he came in the other day, and he's like, I can't connect. No service. I can't connect. I'm like, So instead of just typing the information into his iPad, right, I go make one of these up, because that's an option. You can say, set it up for your Wi-Fi. I put that up against his tablet, and it goes, do you want to connect to this network? Yep, I do. So if anybody walks into my house, hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? Here. Here it is.
So so let's say me and you are next to each other, and you want to give me, instead of giving me a business card, you show me that deal. I can scan that with I don't have to have a reader app or anything. I could just scan it with my phone like I do any other QR code. Like I'm going to take a picture.
Not even a QR code. It's an NFC. It's like a credit card reader thing.
It's like the little circle things at Chick-fil-A.
Right. Yeah. So watch it. So I'm not going to touch my phone at all. Right. But I'm going to take the tap. Let me do an orange one, because I'm not sure what's on the blue ones. And it come up, and it says it's empty. Hang on. Let's not
get rid of that. Get rid of that empty one.
Yeah, I know. I keep picking up the empty ones. Well, let's do the blue one, because it won't show anything. So it's going to come up, and I put it behind it, and then it's going to say,
I see the message popped up.
There it goes.
NFC request.
Oh, crap. gonna have to blur that. What time is it? Dang it!
What was on there?
My phone number is a blue one. I knew not to do the blue ones.
Well, we
1
already
hour.
we already
1
have your
hour
phone
and 5
number.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But we already have your phone number.
But the 3 people, well, okay, Jason and Alex have got my phone number probably. So
I got your phone number.
3 people that watch the podcast. But yeah, it just pops up, and then you can request or say yay or nay, and then I don't know. Maybe I should buy a bunch of these pogs, and I never thought about selling them. I just bought.
Well, you would. That's what I'm
some.
saying. We need to come up with something that would be useful.
It's a way to make one of the most useless Lego parts useful.
Right, and but we have to come up with something that somebody would want to. Oh, we can do that if they're doing it. It's that easy. We can
Right,
do it.
and then I would Then they'd have to get the pogs from us. Yeah. Because the software's free. The piece of software I got is just a free download. NFC Tool is all it's called, and you can do whatever to them.
So can you, if you program one, can you lock it?
You can add passwords to it.
So only the person with the password can erase it?
Erase it, yes, or change it. Now, it's
a magnet. What can a magnet erase them?
No, it's a I don't know. It's a chip. It's not a I don't know. Let's see if I can destroy them. They're 50 cents. I got a big magnet here. So, I mean, I don't know how.
I guess not, because how many people have had Lego magnets?
It's magnetic, though. I don't know. We're going to give that one a good whirl around. We'll see what it does. It'll come up with my phone number again. I'm going to do it this way.
So teaching people how to steal from Walmart and Target.
No, it didn't erase it. It came up with my phone number.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah. Now, okay. So the thing that I have learned about, like you're talking about Chick-fil-A, there's a programmable area. So they're going to put a coupon code or your account number or something on there that they're going to write into it. But there's also a non-writable. Every NFC chip's supposed to have a unique non-writable number. My guess is that's not very reliable because there's multiple manufacturers of NFC chips. So I would imagine that non-exclusive numbers is probably a little hard to come by. So
the Chick-fil-A, you go sit at the table and you place your order, then you put your phone near and it tells you, all it does is tell you what table number you're at.
Okay.
It tells them to bring it to that table.
Right.
That's what they use them for.
Well, and your credit cards, if you have an NSC activated credit card, or if your phone, if you go and do
like when you go to Disney, and be a noob like me going to Disney, thinking I'm all ready to go check in. I got everything. I got the barcode on my phone. I'm ready to go into Disney, and we're laughing at other people who are struggling up there. And then we get up there, and you're supposed to take your little
band.
Most people had the NFC thing on a band, or you use your phone NFC,
right?
Which we didn't have enabled, and so we were the noobs at the thing holding
the front line. Yeah. So I don't know. You got me thinking if I should buy a bunch more of these because they are dirt cheap. But the difference, Sam, is you still have to replace the. You're just not going to have a lot of memory in them.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If
you got to come up with 96-bit use.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the idea is there, but it's now what do you do with it?
Right.
The easiest thing would be able to send it to a short link website.
Yes.
That would be the easiest thing to do to make use of the small amount of.
Yes, data. For social media stuff it would be. Or you pick for me, Instagram would probably be about right. I could just put that put the Instagram link in there, and that would get to me pretty easy. YouTube would too, but I don't know. A lot of people would know how to do YouTube as a way to contact me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that anybody would know to go look the email address up.
I see people do these things now where they have a link tree or something they call it.
Linktree is one of them.
Yeah. All of their websites and media.
Yep. No, that would be if you got some, you could definitely do a short Linktree or whatever. There's a couple of them. I think Google has one too. I don't remember what it's called, but they got one that's it's a weird thing too. But
What's that part called?
18602, and there's a CO1 and a CO2 depending on which color you want.
18602 star. Huh.
And we went silent again.
That's the death of a podcast too. That was the other third thing I should have mentioned. Is like, don't have moments where you're not talking.
Right.
That was my fault. I'm supposed to be the talker when y'all are searching.
Searching.
When y'all are looking down, that's supposed to be my tip.
All right. Well, what's on our next thing here? What do we got?
The collect the minifigs. What is it? Season 26?
Oh,
you
yeah. That's the new Aliens. Let me get the link pulled up. There are a couple notables in there that aren't bad, I think. Again, I don't think this is. I think the couple notables are the ones for me, but they're not. Why did that not work?
Are you going to share it?
I am. I'm trying to just get it pulled up before I dox myself some more. I'm actually going to have to edit this podcast.
Oh.
That's my fault. So yeah, there's an Mtron guy.
Wait, we've seen these already.
Well, but
they're just finally come. Yeah, this is official reveal.
This is official release now. Yeah. And Jason sent us a picture of the. You can't see it in here, but
you can barely see it.
Yeah, the stars. I thought there was I see the Mtron and then I see the Astron. Oh yeah, there he is, the BlackTron.
Yeah, there's BlackTron and Ice Planet.
Ice Planet is right beside him. Yes. I missed that one totally. But I mean, the rest of them are kind of. I mean, the Alien Visitor. I think that's kind of cool. That's one he's gonna be in my city. he's gonna. Oh, look, there's an Alien Visitor. And then of course, pink babies.
Yeah, people want their pink babies.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get them.
I'll do like I never was like crazy about Ice Planet. It's just like it was there, but that penguin looks interesting.
The penguin's cool looking, yeah. Well, what's cool about it is it's a penguin shaped suit, right? Because he's got a visor. It's like that's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah,
it matches the Ice Planet visor, so it's gonna be. I'm not sure about the little robot, the little guy mixing stuff up. I mean, that's
looks like Dr. Bunsen or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not terrible. No,
it's probably just about right for what Lego's trying to hit for the demographics, right? They've got 3 of them in there that are
and I think they go with the new space, not that garbage you showed earlier, but
right.
I think they're supposed to tie in with the new space theme where we were all disappointed because when they said it was going to be a space minifigs, we all just immediately thought it was going to be classic.
Right. And would we been upset if they had done like redos of so Ice Planet, BlackTron, and Mtron? They did kind of redo. What if they did a couple more that were classic space, like a new red suited spaceman or a black suited spaceman that was more jazzed up? But
I think with the classic space that it's got to be monochromatic.
It's got to stay the same.
Otherwise, it's just like the Traveler with his space logo on his jacket. It's like that's any variation of it. It's just the space logo.
Yeah.
In there. It's not the same. But I think that's probably having at least 3 references to old themes. I think there's actually a couple more in there, but
yeah,
maybe they're.
There's only 12.
Yeah, that's what the minifigures are now. 12. You get 2 6-packs.
Yeah,
I think it's a good mix. You wouldn't want to do it all being throwbacks.
No, probably not, because it wouldn't interest enough of the main market. Again, I think there's enough here to kind of go around. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I have actually stopped at 2 Kohl's just hoping and was disappointed both times. It's like going into a Walmart, Earl.
You have the problem with you is you went too late.
I know. Yeah.
Have you bought a little I don't know what you call them, a needle camera like Alex bought?
No. No, I have not. No.
I'm surprised because you're usually the technology guy.
Yeah, that
It just looks suspicious going into a store doing.
Well, I'm gonna
Nothing
guess.
to see here.
I'm guessing that the barcode thing, since they did, I'm guessing the barcode thing is going to be their stopgap for not going back to bags of some kind and staying with the boxes.
Yeah,
because if they just give you the number, then everybody
work in my area, because in my area I get all the
non-barcoded ones.
Yeah, the little QR codes that are all the same or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody, I forget what it was. I think it's when Jason sent me down the rabbit hole of after that stupid Minions thing that Lego did, and then I got on some other posts from Lego, and it might have been on these space figures where somebody said if it has paper bags inside or plastic bags inside instead of, but they didn't say bags. They said if it has paper instead of, if it's anything but paper, and I can't even say it the right way. They were saying if it was not paper and plastic, we should boycott it. And I was like, I hope all Lego sets have plastic inside. Then I would boycott it. If it didn't have plastic, because why would you be buying it if it didn't have plastic inside it? I knew what they meant. I knew they meant the bags, but they left the word bags out. So I'm like, yeah, pretty much all Lego has plastic inside it.
Yeah, and I guess Alex, is the first person that I've heard officially, and I don't guess he's saying it officially, but he's a land member, so it's as close as I get to official, that they have completely, or not completely, but backed off of the vegetable.
Shocking.
Yeah, right.
You know why they backed off?
I can give you hundreds of reasons, but why?
Yeah, money.
Yeah.
And it's like, you appreciate, like, nobody wants a company to destroy the environment.
No.
I just don't. Maybe instead of trying to change the formula, find people, make advertising so people don't throw their Lego in landfills.
Right.
Because I'm still trying to wrap my head around people throwing Lego sets away.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's not Lego sets. It's just like a box of parts because the Lego sets are disassembled.
Well, it's broke. I got to throw it away.
Yeah. So I'm looking at these Pogs, and there are literally tens of thousands of them on sale in the United States. I don't know that it's worth me.
What's the average sale price, though?
11 cents.
How do you think? 11 cents?
What I went in is put in minimum of 100.
Oh, well, they're heavy by the time you buy a bunch of them, and nobody's probably got 1,000.
No, one guy's got 8,500.
8,500.
Most of them are 300-400, 2,600, 3,200. That's a lot. That's a lot of those. That'd
be a heavy box.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But I wonder if they're all technically have different little codes in them. So I would think 8,500. It's not 8,500 of the same one.
I don't know.
Right?
I would say the code was the same for every character. I don't remember. It almost seems like, but every one of these that I've got now, what's funny is that one that keeps coming up saying it's empty. It's because I've erased it. But every one of them that I've gotten, because I ordered 10, they had a number in them. Well, it's actually these. They had a number in them that was stored in them, that Lego had stored in them. and then they had the serial number of the NFC chip. So I don't remember if surely all of those they weren't put on the game console, and the game console programmed them. I can't remember when I played the game. If you just laid the pog up there, if it told you what it was, or if you had to tell it what it was.
Yeah, I'm sure the little thing just gave it the number, and the game knows that number is this character, or right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
because originally that was the only way you could get the instructions for the little mini build.
It is. It absolutely is the only way. Yeah, they're not.
So if you knew all the numbers, then you'd only need one thing. You just reprogram it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to reprogram all, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's on there. Other than when I erase them or reprogram them, it'll no longer work with the Dimension game. And I don't even have I do have a Dimension console. It's just in the closet somewhere. It's the one piece of Lego I don't care about. So was there anything left that we wanted to talk about before we start talking about or comments? Does anybody care that Lego got an International Day of Play?
Oh, I did read the article.
It's I mean,
I the snarky side of me. I mean, I appreciate it, and I think that I am one of those people definitely that I've dealt with the hate comments over the years. Like, you're a grown man, why are you playing with toys? I'm like,
right.
Like, what age are you going to just start working all the time and not have any fun?
Right.
I'm like, it's like, I think that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't take the time to do something fun. But I also think that Lego, it's like, please buy more of our stuff.
Well, that's exactly what I thought. It's like they got the UN to be a land member is what they did.
Yeah.
We're going to acknowledge it's an official International Day of Play.
Yes. Buy our stuff. So
I think that's kind of their thing, though, isn't it? And that part of their, it's been a little.
They have play days for their employees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which more companies should do that.
Yeah.
Right now, I would just pray for a clean bathroom. I was like,
But you're not at work all the time, right? I mean, you're always out in the field.
Yeah, but that's true.
I'm not. I don't know what it's like to
choose my own bathroom.
It's like, I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A because the bathroom in the jail is a little sus.
Well, you spend 25 years taking asbestos training every year, and then one day you go to the bathroom and it's closed because it's got asbestos. I'm like, all right, it took us 25 years to figure that out.
So do you start your day at the office every day?
I'm required to. That's where they make me put my truck.
Okay.
I don't actually. No, I don't. I don't go into a building usually. I don't go into one of our buildings usually. I'm usually only going in customers' buildings or our switching locations, like they call them central offices. I go in those, and those are the ones that they don't. We're keeping your bills low by not cleaning our bathrooms.
Well, I was gonna say, is there anybody really working in those?
There's still a lot of employees.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, there's a big building downtown Evansville. It's an AT&T switching building. I don't know. But everybody says there's but like 6 people working this thing. It's
the switching
huge building.
Yeah.
It's got the big microwave things on top and everything. So.
Yeah, well, pretty much the real estate's all been consolidated. They did have too much real estate, so they've been getting rid of a lot of little offices that people worked at. But it's like a time machine, man. I'm thinking about doing a documentary one day after I retire. It's like, this bathroom was last cleaned in 2002.
Just keep the pictures.
So, Joey, you hit 3,000 subs?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
3,009, I think now. I don't announce that until after I get there because I gain 1, lose 2, gain 3, lose 1.
You're on your way, man. You're on your way.
Oh, yeah. It's only because of you guys in this podcast. So
We couldn't have the podcast without Joey
That's right.
and his afraidness of Lego.
I'm afraid of Lego. Jason. This is good. Okay, so I tried to get a little competition going, and as close as an agreement as I got through the five of us was maybe do the movie quote. And this is to try to stump them or us, I guess, on movie quotes.
I was wondering what you were asking that for.
Well, I other than we were going to send food to each other for our food podcast.
Oh.
I think Alex was pretty. No, we're not sending food. I'm not eating gross food.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Jason had put stuff in front of him every episode.
I think
Taking him on. Just
yeah.
It'd be like, I got these fish eyeballs from China, Alex. Trust me, they're tasty.
They're fine. They're fine. Yeah. We have a lady at work that brings in stuff from a Chinese. There's a local Chinese store somewhere. Well, it's not local to me. It's in Evansville. But yeah, she brings in some stuff. It's like, I am not eating that. It's no candy that starts with fish. I was like, no. So you had the quote, Earl. Do you remember your quote?
I do.
Okay. Well, this is for Jason and Alex. I don't know how they're going to win this or how they're even going to tell us unless they're just going to tell us on their podcast because they do theirs 2-1 in ours.
Yes, and they just apparently they film and out. They film, and Alex doesn't even know it's the day to film. Jason just knocks on his door. What are you doing here? Oh.
Would you hear the story about when they were doing Alex and Mindy were doing the live, and Tanya and Jason were driving around? Hey, let's go take them some ice cream. They're doing their podcast or they're doing their live build or whatever. They just walked in. I guess one of the boys let them in the house, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" Oh, we brought you ice cream. Like, wow, that's something my friends would do, though.
I watched about 5 or 10 minutes of that, and he's trying to build was it the Justifier? No,
the Venator, wasn't it?
The Venator. He was trying to build the Venator during a live stream, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be real good. What's he going to get to bag one?
Yeah.
An hour later, he's just cracking number 2.
Yeah, that was a big build. I don't know. I guess in the comments, maybe. Well, everybody's going to comment what the movie's from. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know how we're gonna. I mean, strange things are afoot here at this podcast.
So there's your quote, Alex, Jason, the first one to tell us after this airs, and you know how to get a hold of us. You don't have to put it in the comments. We got to come up with a better contest. This is already bad.
Yeah.
oh,
We need something good like, oh, dude, new shirt.
Yeah.
We need a cool
which
jingle.
apparently is sweeping the nation.
oh yeah.
New shirt.
So I'm sitting there when I thought he was joking. So Shy said that was his favorite thing. I was like, this makes no sense. We got to make Tiny Tipper TV the new sensation.
There you go. Yes. Everybody go. I will 1 hour and 30 minutes. I will I can't put a link to Instagram. No, he has a
YouTube channel.
He has a YouTube channel.
And an Instagram. He's like, Tipper Truck TV only has a YouTube channel.
Right.
And he only posts like once a month. Tiny Tipper TV has an Instagram account and a YouTube account, and he's been to multiple places already. While my Tipper is sitting there on the dresser in my bedroom.
He's just begging for an adventure.
Yeah.
You might have to
Maybe
take
it's
him
the
to work
motivation
one day.
I need to make more videos.
Yeah.
Just like, I got to take it with me.
You might have to take him to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Here I am, day 365 of being at Chick-fil-A.
Have you thought about, so like day 37, you had a shirt on it, had like a 37 on it. but that actually aired on day 42. Have you thought about any of the day? You got Pi Day, you got that one right, and then you did leap year. You did, which was the breaking news thing. But have you noticed that some of the days and some of your shirts have numbers, and you just missed it by a few days? So, oh man, did he just?
No, the only one I did on purpose was Pi Day.
Right. But yeah, you wore a shirt that had 37 on it and it was on day 42. And I was like, oh, you were so close. And then I think 42 is one that is another number that you. Yeah. So I was like, I wonder. I need to mention that to him.
Did you notice the last sponsor put a clip of your video in their sponsor video?
It's like it's the inception. So it's like that's like our channel going to their channel going to this other. Those girls. So I didn't. Oh. I was like, where are they going with this? But I knew it was like when she left the word space hanging, you know, and the Alex didn't respond. I'm like, okay, but then it was the Brickers. I was like, oh, it's just like the Brickers commercials. That was right. So good.
Yeah, they did it good. Very good. Very good. Breaking news. Well, should we do some?
Is that time?
We should do some. I think we have quite a few. You're gonna have to. Might have to
okay, so as no coincidence, Tiny Tipper TV. Woohoo! Tiny Tipper TV.
Wait, they commented.
Tiny Tipper TV. He's got his YouTube channel. He commented. Woohoo! Tiny Tipper TV made it on the AFoOL podcast. It's all downhill from here.
Yes, you have. You start 1 week later. You've reached the gold standard.
And I tell you what, we're gonna see how many subscribers you have. Where's it at? Come on.
Yeah, everybody go Tiny Tipper TV.
I'm disappointed. I was the 9th subscriber.
You were the 9th.
Oh, but you know what? I subscribed as BrickTsar.
Okay.
I need to subscribe as Tipper Truck TV.
He has 14 subscribers. So now that he's mentioned on the AFoOL podcast, and we're going to mention him right before Sweet Tarts. And now we're going to talk about licorice. And we'll even throw in the nasty peeps. So now that we got our snacks covered, let's see how many subscribers he'll gain.
I just went and subscribed to him.
Oh, I'm not subscribed to the.
I wasn't either. I just subscribed. I was 14.
Okay, well, mine now says 15, so I probably was 16. And then I'm gonna go over here and on my personal YouTube account, Tiny Tipper.
I do want to. It has. I'm really glad he did it because it's like it gives me motivation.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have. Yeah,
I don't view it as competition. I view it as a collaboration.
Right. Hey, you know what? I lost you guys. Where are you? Oh, here you are.
Oh, go ahead.
Alex, you know that Alex guy?
Yeah.
Joey, the Alex guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
I love Lego.
Yeah.
He says what Jordan Brixie is doing is impressive. Props to him on taking it to the next level. Even if I had the financial means to do something like this, there's no way I could have my Lego collection at another facility. I'm trying to keep the hobby as a hobby.
Yeah.
The moment I call it my job, fun starts to leak. I realized this when I agreed to a commission project. I'm excited for it, but must admit that it doesn't have the same level of enjoyment. Yeah. Irregardless, I would still be open to a huge open building in my backyard to house my Lego kingdom.
Yep.
Did you see the size of that Bricklink order he got in? I mean, excuse me, that Lego order he got in?
Right. That's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, for you to upset your Discover card.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, wow.
But people complain about our Bricklink orders coming to them mixed up in bags.
Right.
Oh my goodness. How long is it going to take Mindy to sort those bricks?
Yeah. Well, and what worries me, and it's, I don't know why it worries me, but he'll know the stuff coming from his other half of that, or however much of it is going to take months, because that stuff is
when's the
usually
due date?
4 to 6 weeks.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
that's
so it's
and he's working on a commission job. So, but I think he did mention that it was.
I don't think he'll be posting as many videos, or he's going to be. Jason's going to be showing up to film the breaking news. And he's like, I'm still working on this the micro city.
Yeah.
He needs to include a micro tipper truck somewhere in the city.
Oh, he does. Yes.
We can figure out how to build one.
We got to work on that. Yeah.
Aaron Grow at the hour 43 minute mark, in reply to a comment, Jabo mentions how some people have a slot that is to test fit for your mail orders to see if it will clear the letterbox. I have previously checked up on the required dimensions here in the Netherlands and found that the width of 4 studs is very close and within the max dimensions. So I have built my own test slot from Lego. Great episode, guys.
Yeah, custom Lego built.
Yeah.
That's pretty
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
Pasta Jensen. Oh yeah, Mardi Gras man 2-3s. Wee! It's the closest I've ever been to a heart attack. I really didn't know it was that funny, but man, that's a good.
Almost killed 2 people now.
Earl would have 10,000 subscribers, but so many have died over the years.
Oh man.
Fibertown gal Tanya says sometimes it's nice to just sit back and enjoy the show. No comments necessary. Thanks for the entertainment, boys. Thanks for listening.
Yes.
I'm glad you enjoy it, because otherwise I don't know if Jason could catch up on all the back episodes.
So I don't know what it is their experience watching us, but I like the last breaking news was an hour and 47 minutes, I think. I was disappointed it was over.
Yeah.
When it was over, I was like, "Oh, it's already over."
Yep.
That's how it went by for me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. On bricks, space. All I hear is Alex. Space.
I think that's gonna be years from now. It'll still be that. Anybody says space, they'll think of Alex.
Yep.
Ian Waskin. Brixie is based in Edmonton, Canada, Alberta, Canada. Yeah, I knew he was somewhere in Canada.
That's where kids went. That's where they went skiing. Was in Edmonton.
Johnny G.
Is it?
Johnny G says, old geezer's talking about the Lego. Count me in.
We'll count you in.
You're counted.
Yep.
You can literally get counted if you subscribe to Tiny Tipper TV.
Wow. Beth 7467. Brixie is renovating the new space to the tune of $50,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's
a big undertaking right there.
He's got a big space that he's working with. Now he's getting walls painted. It's like, wow, mural.
Gears and bricks. It's kind of like the Matrix. Unless you watch all the movies, play all the games, and read all the books, you're not going to know what's going on. Who knew I had to subscribe to so many good Lego and food and Swifty podcasts just to understand the full context of being a younger fan of older Lego? All right, you got me. I would have already subscribed to them anyway.
I just realized I inadvertently said Taylor Swift already.
You did, yeah.
You did. You did. It surprises me that you knew that you have to buy multiple albums to put a picture together. I had no idea. But you know what? You checked the box. I just talked about the candy, and you talked about Taylor Swift. So you checked 2 boxes.
Yep.
That's number 4 on the successful podcast. As far as I can remember, which isn't much, the homework had to do with my favorite base plates. My favorite is the 48 by 48 in any color. There are so many uses, including turning them over to them as hangers. I know what you're thinking. Why would you curve them? To which I would say not. Also, being a builder of larger layouts, they just help with filling so much space, especially underneath the larger curve radius of trained layouts. Mills made for 48s are really useful too. My second favorite is the crater plate from AquaZone. That's an interesting one. And finally got my hands on one recently. It's even prettier in person. Do you guys know of any other colors for the crater plate or the 48 by 48? Were there
Clear.
unreleased versions that have made it into the wild, such as transparent large base plate?
Yep, that's what he said.
He said it, yeah.
Yeah,
The
there's a transparent.
Yellow's the other
Yep.
one, laying right down there.
Red. Well, actually, that's
Is the
what
48
color
by
did
48
they-
red?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was one that was rare until they made the Palace Cinema.
Well, but that's a 32 by 32.
That's a 32.
Oh, 48 by 48.
Yeah. No, you're
math
all right.
is hard. Math
Is hard. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's gray, green, blue. Is there blue? Did they make a blue one? Yeah.
48 by 48. Yeah.
The big size. No, maybe not.
It's light bluish gray, light gray, blue, and green is what Bricklink says.
But there was a clear one.
There was a clear one, and then there was a yellow
yellow
one. I have a yellow one sitting right there.
Yeah.
And of course, you know what? Those are 50 by 50. I was getting ready to say some of the old ones.
Oh yeah, they're 50
by 50.
Yeah.
So
the crater plate. I totally forgot about the AquaZone one. That one had a lot of the different colors. It wasn't just one color, wasn't it? So
it was a blue or something, wasn't it? I'll never find it. Carry on, Earl.
All right, beats, breaks, and bricks. Regarding pieces missing on orders, I've learned to always check the count of a pick-a-brick orders, as I've had incorrect counts on a couple of orders recently. Lego is always happy to replace, but not great when it's 6 weeks coming from Europe. Yeah.
Right.
Could you imagine you're missing 3 pieces and then it takes you 2 months to get it in?
Right.
At Jason's Bricks and 5, we give the whole name, Jason, so people can go subscribe to you. Another excellent episode of This Week in Bricky News.
Yeah.
The cactus with the arms it's spelled. He's got it spelled Segura, but he's letting me know it's pronounced Swaro.
Swaro, yes.
Is this the AFoOL podcast, or is this now the AFoOL podcast where we get to hear from fans of the old phone technology?
Oh no, we did that. Oh no, I didn't talk about the technology. I talked about the phone company.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, the Lego house molding machine was already sold out when I went last March. Hey, Joey, don't forget the survey. We already did forget the survey.
We already did.
we forgot the survey.
That's why we read the comments.
That when Jason was talking about his survey, I thought that was our survey.
You want me to do this survey real quick?
Yeah, because I
Since
forgot.
he mentioned it. All right. So the survey question was, what do you think of the Bricklink designer program?
Oh, yeah.
We had a ton of comments on this, and I don't know. Apparently, my English was really bad on this, but anyway, the lowest was what Bricklink designer program, 5%. 8% was everything is awesome. I buy all the time. Somebody asked me how you buy time, and I meant I buy from it all the time. At 9%, it is too much trouble. 27%, it's okay. I bought a few times, and at a whopping 51%, it costs too much.
There you go.
There you go.
I think that's an overwhelmingly negative view of the.
Yes, I mean 8% was everything is awesome. So, I guess got 27% was it's okay. I bought a few times. So, yeah,
And maybe that's why they limit it to 30,000.
Maybe. I want to get down into a rabbit hole. I wonder, is that some sort of, because Lego does everything in,
300.
They run they do everything in a batch of some sort because they're SAP. So they have time management. They got a certain amount of time. They're going to have a certain amount of production time. They're going to have a certain amount of packaging time. I wonder if that 30,000 is some multiple of a production run time. Don't know. Bet it is. So,
Well, it's went up each
But
time though.
but it's gone from like 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000. So I'm betting 10,000. Maybe it's just a round number like
So
37.
let me
I don't
ask
know.
you.
So when they is it really 30,000?
Well, that was the max, right? Some of them didn't sell out.
So let me ask. Let me throw this at you. If at it went from 10 to 30 or from 20 to 30.
I think it went from 10 to 30.
Yeah.
10 to 30. Okay.
So at 10, every one of them sold out quickly.
Right.
Quickly. At 30, two of them sold out quick. One of them sold out, but it took a long time, and two of them didn't sell out.
Right.
So if that happens again, will it go? But will it reduce back down
to 20? Maybe. I mean, I would think they. So the thing is they're not out anything because they're not producing them yet, right? Because it's like another year before we're going to get them. So it's going to be future production time, and they're going to know exactly how many to make. So does it matter that it sold out or not? I mean, they met their threshold. What was the threshold?
Do you think having the limit makes it sell out? If they had no limit, do you think they would sell less?
I do. I think that if they didn't say anything, they didn't tell you how many there was, and or that it was even limited, and they just said, "Here, these are for sale."
You have this time window to buy them,
right? And then it's done.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge amount of FOMO. I think there's people out there that are going to collect them for resale, and some people are just going, "Oh, I better get that because I'm never going to be able to get it again." And yeah.
So people do that all the time with things. It's like even with like merch for your favorite entertainer or whatever, they'll do limited. That's like I just signed up for another They Might Be Giants thing. I only have 2-week window to decide.
Right.
You're like, well, why don't they just do it longer? A longer window. Would you get more people? But no, they do 2 weeks, so you got to make your decision quick.
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Okay.
I didn't buy anything April 1st, by the way.
Was there anything for sale April 1st?
There
was
Batman thing.
Yeah.
Chris Cummings, my thoughts about Brixie in his studio. I can understand why he wants his Lego collection out of his home. I also watched the video where he has the old heater unit removed and seeing all the dust fly from the heater when it falls off the dock. I believe Brixie owns a number. What?
Huh?
Seeing all the rust fly off the heater. I believe Brixie owns a number of rental properties, from what I understand. So far, him getting this commercial property really is kind of a way that he can improve his space, and later on, if he even moves again, he can rent that one out. I believe he lives in Edmonton. Well, that makes a little more sense. I've watched.
If he's into real estate before, that makes more sense.
I've watched his channel enough to hear something about him purchasing a house while he worked a normal job. Then after he started a YouTube channel, he bought a second house, then rented out the first house. I can see that. I believe he has a rental property income.
Yeah, that's what my nephew does. I can't. Yeah. He's got 5 rental properties. It's too stressful for me.
Speaking of stress, I just you guys both can relate, and most of our audience will probably relate. You know what is one of the stressful things that you'll do every year, every couple of years that you don't even realize until you're doing it? Getting new glasses.
Oh.
When you're taking that eye exam and they're like 1 or 2, and 1 or 2, it's like and you're like 2, and okay, 3 or 4. 3 or 4, 3 or 4. I think 3. Wait a minute. Go back. It's like you're scared and you got to go through 10 of them.
You never showed me one where it was clear.
Right.
I want the one where it's clear. I don't want to tell you which one's better. I want to tell you the one that it's clear.
I'm so worried that you're going to get my new glasses and it's going to be. Wait a minute, I can see better with the old ones.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I had a eye doctor, Dr. Brown, who worked at Walmart. All right. And he was the best eye doctor I've had my whole life. And then he retired. I haven't been, but I literally talked to this very same thing about with him. I was like, I don't trust myself. He was very funny, but it was like, I don't trust myself.
See, and I had an eye doctor. I only went to him like 2 times, and he had a machine that you set there. You know, you're doing all the glaucoma stuff and everything. They got the bright lights in there, but he did a thing, and it gave him a number. Right. And then later on, he came at 1 better, 2 better, 3 better, 4 better. And then he got done. He goes, yeah, that pretty much matches the computer. Well, let's go with the computer. Because I'm doing the same thing here. My eyes are watering. It's like, I don't know. I think
it's like, wait a minute. Okay, that one's, is it darker because you got the light, or is it darker because I can't see it?
Am I squinting?
Yeah.
I'm like, I try not to squint.
It's pretty nerve-wracking.
Yes.
It's pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing in the back of my mind. Is like, what if I mess up?
You got 2 years to live with it.
This Alex guy.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I
don't like Lego.
Yeah.
So Alex just says space.
Space.
Oh, I don't get it. Out of context.
We must have missed something. Axel Sewell, regarding my favorite base plate, I've always liked the big raised base plates used to the old Knights Kingdom Castle set. I think they look cool in green color and could be great in mocks. Yeah, that's
that one's an even bigger one than.
It's like a double. It's like a 32 by 48 or something.
Yeah.
Gibson Star Wars collector. They should do castle theme like Harry Potter with smaller sets all joined together to make a huge one. Yeah, that would be.
I thought some of the castle were like that. Kind of.
Some of the older ones were kind of like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but I guess they were. You had to use your imagination.
Yeah.
But
You talking about the old castle or the old Harry Potter?
No.
The old castle.
The old castles.
Yeah, the gray ones.
They
all connected together until they started doing the raised base plates.
Mayo says with all the conversation about the AFoOL podcast in Breaking News reacting to the reaction, it'll turn into the photo of the guy in front of the mirror and repeating mirrors inside of the mirror for infinity. That 2006 hospital is what I grew up with.
The 2006 hospital. Oh.
Again, something we talked about that I don't remember.
Yeah. I'll never find it because I don't have the number.
The AFoOL champ.
That was the base plate that I picked.
Yeah. It had to have something to do with the base plate.
Yeah.
AFoOL champ. As a kid, I always wanted raised base plates. Thought they were so cool, but never got sets that big. Eventually, I got a unique base plate with the Boulder Cliff Canyon, set 6748. So still not raised, but it was a unique print. So to this day, it's my favorite base plate.
I think it's the curved dirt road, is it not?
A lot of stuff is nostalgic, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's your favorite.
Yep.
Tech Elliott, I just finished Breaking News. Now I have to find time to watch the AFoOL podcast. Yeah, that's what maybe we could do one week where we go back-to-back weeks and have like a double header for them. We'll just upload the off.
We'll throw everybody off.
Lord.
Yeah, we'll do our regular one on Friday and then have one that uploads right after theirs. So to really mess with people.
Oof. Could you imagine us sitting here doing this for 4 hours? We'd have to start earlier.
Forestman Fanatic. That's a new one. I don't remember him. Of course, the base plate from the Forestman's Crossing is one of the best ever made. The white dots are bothersome for sure, but what irks me more is the little puddle. When trying to put more than one of those base plates together, you end up with all those little puddles dotted around.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be a well.
Yeah, and then he's talking about Brixie again. It's kind of a lot of the same. A lot of people have the kind of the similar opinions on it. Go ahead.
No, I was surprised that there's that much crossover between us, and he's not one of them that shows up in my list of people who watch us that watch him. Might now though, I don't know.
Well, when you got somebody that has 1,000 times more subscribers than that,
right? Yeah, no, I get it.
It's going to be crossover.
Yeah. Dude Jude says, hey Joey, Earl, and Jabo, nice to see the Ripper Truck TV came back. It must be a misprint. The
Typo,
Tipper Truck TV came back and stayed for the whole episode. But where is BrickTsar at? Keep up the good work.
Oh, we need to find him. He's missing again. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was saying it's like we're trying to keep up with Tiny Tipper TV. So,
Pasta Jensen at the hour 25-minute mark. That explains a lot why you guys are talking so much about Jason Alex in the Breaking News.
We must have talked about them talking about us.
It must have been the reaction to the reaction.
Yeah, to the reaction.
Beans Bricks. Every time I see Beans Bricks, I just assume he's a bean counter.
Wait, we've already had this discussion, and I think he's already answered that. Right?
I think we're starting to react to our own reactions.
Oh, okay. I think you were just saying that, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it before. I always think that. I felt the same as Jabo with the white dots when I had the pirate set 6270 Forbidden Island that had white dots on, only a few though, and they wore off quite fast. Huh. So if you had it and the dots wore off, if you were trying to complete the set, you could have the base plate and not know you had the base plate because the white dots were worn off.
Yeah.
Pasta Jensen at the hour 56-minute mark. I totally get it. My daughter, she's 13, had a school trip to Malta a few weeks ago to learn to use English daily. My wife sent me on a skiing trip to keep my nervous but busy.
That was what we were talking about, the kids being out and about.
Yeah.
Yep. Because all our kids are grown.
Blah says, with holding on to old Lego pieces, how do you store them? The rabbit hole of variations is maddening. I didn't even remember the time when little slits on the inside tubes in the 2x4 bricks. I guess I have to get that book of part variation. What was it again?
Which book was it?
Yeah.
I think it was a book about color variation.
There was a color variation book that I know of. I mean, you got, I don't know about part variation. I do see those Barts every once in a while that have the weird looking tubes on the inside. And you're like, where did these come from? It must have been a short run. It's got like a slot or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Getting that discussion again.
SG Brick, who I always look at and think it's Sega Brick. The 100th episode versus pre-recorded. Just make sure you all are alive and well while recording. From Belgium.
So Joey had put at the top of the show notes about what are we going to do for the 100th episode. And I'm like, I'm hoping not to be dead. That was the first thing.
Did you also see that in August we will be doing this for 4 years now?
That's crazy.
It doesn't seem like we've been doing it for 4 years.
Wow.
4 years.
Now I wonder where the gold standard.
Well, it has nothing to do with skill.
Longevity.
Yep.
Well, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we don't do it every week.
And speaking of Shy Time is my time, here he is, which I just subscribed to him so I can go check him out because I'm already terrified for my children to be wandering around this world on their own, and that's still over a decade away.
Yep.
That decade will go by super fast.
Trust me. In the first year or two, but then you have empty nest syndrome, and it's all good. You go where you want, you do what you want. You got no kids, and when your kids get out of school, it's like you got a raise. You don't even realize how expensive they are until they're gone. You're like, man,
yeah.
so much cheaper now.
I don't know. Mine's still on my insurance.
Oh,
And she watches this, so I'll probably get a comment about that.
Pasta Jensen, in terms of comic books, the golden age in the U.S. was until the Comic Books Authority system was implemented. I mean, that is my understanding, and that is when comics was becoming more child friendly. So that's like they put a unofficial PG rating on them, maybe.
Yeah, I've been watching Perry Mason, which is from that time period when comics were switching from golden age to silver age, like the 50s to the 60s. The 60s is like the silver age, and times were different. So like the things that offended people that made them do that comic authority are like nonsense. But slapping around women, no big deal in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like one of the episodes of Perry Mason, the young girl, very young girl, being hit on by a 60-year-old man and it's like she went to see if she could get out of her contract, and Perry's like, no, you probably can't get out of your contract. And I'm like, it's a workplace sexual abuse or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, that's
that
when
was
you
the
watch
60s
old,
for you.
yeah, you watch old TV shows, it's kind of it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch shows or movies from the 80s, and nowadays when they replay them, there's a
disclaimer.
Warning.
Disclaimer before the video. That it's crazy.
Yep.
Pasta Jensen at the I've got to tell you about Pasta. He does what we wish we could do. Comment along the way.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it too.
Yeah.
At the 2-hour 12-minute mark, I played a lot of D&D in my youth, and I really liked the set, but I do think that the dragon got a downgrade. Not so sure about the CMS though. That's what Alex and Jason, I think, talked about. The dragon was a disappointment.
Yeah.
And Alex hinted that there's going to be more D&D sets to come.
Yeah, so they apparently going to be hitting that pretty hard with a lot of sets, because I think it's doing well, because I when I woke up April 1st, I went to see, because there was going to be like stacking gifts with purchases, and one of the higher threshold one was already gone.
Really?
And I know why it was gone. It's because of that set.
Yeah.
Now, there was a gift with purchase with that
the
set?
Yeah,
was that available on the first?
So you would have got 3 if you bought that set. You would have got 3 gifts.
Right.
And that set it was on back order. So it's like, and then because I was going to buy the Batman thing, but there was only 1 gift for purchase. I'm like, nah, I'll wait. Because I didn't care for the gift. There's the flower thingy.
So I guess my question is going to be: is it going to? I guess the example would be the. What is the digging game that they do where they're building stuff out of blocks? It looks like Lego.
Minecraft.
Okay.
Oh, you said
Minecraft.
Game.
Is it going to be like Minecraft?
I'm thinking of Dig Dug.
Oh, wow. Pull that one out. Wow. That's a good game. Yeah. That's a good game. Any rate, there was a couple people at work that play D&D, and I asked them, I said, hey, you're going to be interested in it? Like, no. That's not how it doesn't fit how you play the game. And I was like, okay, I don't play, so I don't know. And I said, I thought you built little characters. They didn't know that there was supposed to be a CMF too, but they were like, the castle wouldn't be worth it to them. So
yeah, because don't they?
It's all in their mind.
Yeah.
They're playing with cards, and it's like
books and maps and stuff.
Yeah. So
that's where I thought maybe the mini, but then the one guy said, well, the little minifigures, unless they're going to let you build them and customize them to the way you want, because they buy them and then they paint them and do their own thing with them and stuff. Like, okay,
that's the challenge of trying to go into a market like that.
Yeah,
like you make it for that market, but does the market really want it?
Exactly.
So the castle may have been bought because it was a castle.
Right. That
right.
could be, yes.
And it had a dragon in it,
Yeah.
Right.
even though
I
it
could
was a
see that
disappointing
more
dragon.
than right. I
I
could
don't
see
know.
castle people.
I'm sure there was a lot of lifestyle photos with it.
Oh.
So the lifestyle photo of the Batman Gotham City thing, literally the woman's like she's holding it or she's got it on her table like this, looking over it, like she's behind it.
Right.
I'm like, you can't see it.
Well, come on, that is a long-standing Lego tradition all the way from the 50s. I mean, poor little kids played with everything from the back.
Merlin Ulrich, episode 100, AFoOLs in the vault. Please book your tickets. Well, it's not in the vault yet, but it's coming. And all we can say is get your popcorn ready.
Yeah.
Earl's never. Do you ever listen to Jabbo? It's under promise, over deliver. Over promise.
Mrs. Brick on Brick. My daughter is 30, living in South Korea. I check her social media daily with a thread of fear, which never really goes away.
Ooh.
Junior Mints is my go-to candy all day long. Now, I do like some Junior Mints. I got to admit. I like some Junior Mints. And they made an appearance on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I love the raised base plates. I'm currently working on trying to build a different mock with each one. Now that's
Ooh,
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder when she says with each one. I wonder how many different ones she has that she's building it with.
I don't know, but I mean it depends on it. Yeah, there's color combinations, and they printed in the different molds. Yeah, that's a good idea. Excellent idea.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. I think the core audience is just anyone that did not come back here for snack food.
Yeah.
JW Bowl. Not much interesting to me in the latest Bricklink designer program sets. The siege encampment look less like a castle and more like a collection of castle side builds. And 2 cows. I can see how Joey thought it was the small set of this series, but at 2,600 pieces, I imagine it will be $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the trebuchet by itself would have made a nice smaller set. That's pretty interesting. That's probably right.
Yeah, it probably would have. Yeah.
Alex Noons.
Ooh, yeah. Got him again.
I don't like Lego.
Mindy listens to you guys on her way to work and back. Oh no, she's not working at the hospital anymore.
No,
What's she gonna do?
Goes our viewership.
So she isn't always able to leave a comment. Otherwise, I am sure she would be lightening up these comments. Well, maybe she will have time to leave comments now that she's not gonna
be sorting Alex's haul.
Yeah, she'll be listening to it while she's sorting his.
Yeah.
BrickTronic. This is a comment I wanted to do in episode 95, but I think it got deleted. I thought about submitting my Micro Machines mocks for the Ideas 80s challenge, but I didn't do it because I don't want to give Lego the rights for that idea. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Micro Machines, man.
That was something.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. Joey, I get the joke, but I can't give you the point this time.
That's all right.
And one more from Pasta Jensen. My favorite base plate is the classic Space Crater plate.
Yep.
My 886 Space Buggy did explore them quite a bit.
Yep.
Most raised bases came out after I got too cool for Lego in terms of what I have in my collection. 32 by 32 green is a clear winner.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the one everybody
has.
So how many people have drove their space buggy over the crater plate?
Wow.
Wow.
How many have done it like the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
1/6 gravity. Nice.
Oh, now you're making me remember Armageddon.
Oh, that was.
They had to make the big jump on the asteroid. I'm like,
yeah.
All right.
What
so it's
a
time
movie.
to do our count check because Jason thinks he's coming up strong.
Yeah.
So let's see. The finale is 169. That's still the favorite.
It hasn't moved. It hasn't
It
gotten any
hasn't
move.
moved much. I think it's like stuck.
Yeah.
The space train is up to 147. Brian is 138. Alex is 134. And then we've got a bunch. We got 1, 2, 3 in the 90s.
How much can you go down to where Jason's is?
Let's see. We got 3 in the 60s, 50. Oh, there's Jason. Jason cracked the 50 mark. That's what he was proud of.
Yep.
He's coming. That was number 75. How long ago was that one? Because he's been on. That was 9 months ago. That was his first appearance.
Hmm.
That was the first appearance of Jason.
First. Oh man.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. What are we averaging now? A couple thousand views before we
Go
do
back to
one.
normal.
Yeah, it's back to normal. So
we've talked too much. Well, you know, we've actually talked about snack food. Here's the challenge. Can we do one of these episodes without mentioning one of the following 2 things? Breaking news and snack food.
Ooh.
We can not mention snack foods.
Yeah. I think we can do that one.
Oh no, we can not mention breaking news.
The other one ain't happening.
As soon as you read the comments, it's like a never-ending cycle. So, and we don't want to not do that anyway.
No.
So the only thing left that we haven't talked about is the new survey.
What is the new survey going to be?
Do you think April Fool jokes are stupid?
Okay.
I just threw that one out there. It would be late. It would be late.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against it, but it does aggravate me when I get caught by one. And I did not get caught by the giant minion.
You get caught by good ones.
Yeah.
The problem is most of them are not good.
No.
There was a guy that I've mentioned this probably many times on the podcast. Sorry, but he was in Germany and he posted all the train sets, and that's how I learned about all the different Lego train sets. This was before BrickTsar,
right?
And he would do mock-ups of sets and post them. So he on April 1st he would do a vintage train set and post pictures of it. He'd have it built. He'd have the box. He'd have the actual box. And it was
so it'd be like a new release, but it actually was an old vintage set. Yeah.
People comment on about it, and it's like it's a fake set that he just made. Those were good. To me, those were good.
Yeah. No, that was good. Yeah.
Is it time to end?
Yeah, it's time to end. We're not gonna come up with a. Oh, hey, look, Earl's got empty drawers to aggravate me now.
Yeah, that's because I haven't had a chance to. I've got my cases. I got to build my tower to put those new bigger drawers I got on top.
Yeah.
And which my numbers, it's so crazy because now I was gonna go 3 high, so I've got the stickers for the 4 cabinets to go on top of the 2 high little tower, the little tower that I can slide around.
Right. Yeah.
So now the new ones are the same size as Acro Mills.
Oh,
so I can't put them underneath. I got to put them on top, back to back. So now the numbers will be like down to the bottom, back up to the top.
Yeah. Oh,
but it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. So I gotta get that going so I could, because all these missing drawers are too full and they're on the floor, and I got
those big ones are bigger drawers. Yeah. It's a problem as you grow, trying to keep the numbers consistent. It's harder than you think.
Yeah. Well, because the problem is you don't envision. It's like, okay, I'll add this here, and then, well, now I'm going to go further this way, but I'm not gonna move everything
Right.
because I'll have to rearrange the whole.
Yeah.
So I'll just. But
Well,
I'm pulling the order, so I know the system, so it's not that bad. Other people would be like, "Why does this wacko go here and then back up to there and then over to here?"
Right. Right. Yeah.
well, it was a good show. It was
Yeah.
fun while it lasted. It's our last episode till 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be the same AFoOL podcast. So if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to all of us. We need it. No, actually, we don't need it. But we appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Yes. Yes.
And, as always, if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, we'll give you faux pas next week.